Hey everybody, welcome to Colin's Creatures. I'm here with Adrian from Adrian's Captive Creations.
Hello everyone.
And Adrian, you're a breeder of a number of snakes. What kind of snakes do you breed?
I breed Western hognoses, tricolor hognoses, corn snakes, California kings, Florida kings, house snakes, a couple ball pythons, pet pie, and of course file snakes.
Well, file snakes, that's why we're here. So let's go see some file snakes.
So this is my pair of breeding African file snakes. There's several reasons why they are probably called that.
To start with, they have really rough-keeled scales, which is reminiscent of a file.
And they're also very triangular, which is pretty odd for a snake. It's an odd shape for a snake.
So now look like a triangular file. And also, since the scales are separated by their skin, it kind of is like a rasp. And of course, they have a scientific name. They are in the genus Limoformosa, which literally means file beautifully formed, and they were once in the genuses Mahalia and Gonionotophus.
But this species is called cross-eye. So these are from the continent of Africa. They are sub-Saharan, terrestrial, and phosphorial.
But it can be confusing because there are other file snakes from Asia and Australia which are aquatic and completely unrelated. So in the hobby there are three very available species of African file snakes. The first one being the Cape file snake, which is easy to tell apart from the other two because they have a white stripe going down their spine. And then there's the Poensis, which looks very similar to the cross-eye. And the main difference is between all three of them is their diet.
This is a cross-eye. All three species will eat lizards and snakes. In the wild, the cross-eye will also eat rodents and small mammals. And in captivity, all three thrive well on rodents.
And what's really cool about their snake diet is that in the wild, all three species will eat venomous snakes like mambas and cobras. So these snakes have a very unique look that most other snakes don't have. They have a triangular cross section and their scales are very rough. And their skin is not only kind of a reddish or pinkish color, but the skin separates most of the scales from the other. And their belly is a nondescript light brown color and is really smooth and shiny. And as adults, they get to around 4.5 to 5 feet long. They also have really large nostrils. So now let's talk about reproduction. These snakes are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs, but Adrian, you're more the expert on this, so how do you breed these snakes?
Well, first of all, I breed them in the wintertime because of the ambient humidity in my house will be lower. That will simulate the dry season. Then I will food cycle the female, which basically just means feeding her extra. That lets her know that she's got enough resources to make eggs. And then it's just a matter of putting the animals together. They'll lay Small clutches, 4 to 7 eggs, and they'll do at least 3 clutches. I actually had to slow down feeding purposely so the female wouldn't work herself too much.
So since these snakes don't really experience a winter season, you don't really have to brumate them.
That's correct.
So what are your recommendations for captive care?
So I would recommend keeping them on cypress mulch or cocoa block or chip. They have large nostrils, and anything with any kind of dust can get in there and cause infections. That's really one of the major things you have to worry about when keeping file snakes. Besides that, they're very easy. They're temperate, so at 85-degree hot spot, 75-degree cool spot. As adults, they could be in a like a 36 inch exoterra. They do need high humidity though, so you would have to manipulate a screen top to keep the humidity in. I like to use a humid hide, which is just a Tupperware tub with moss, the dampened moss, and a little hole in the top. They like to hang out in there. A PVC enclosure with a sliding glass door would be an excellent adult-sized cage. That would hold your humidity and your heat, and you would still be able to view your animal as well.
So many people think that you're not going to see these snakes because they're fossorial, but that's not really true. They're actually active a lot, so you see them active quite a lot.
Yes, when I'm working with the animals during the day, sometimes they're out and moving around, or in the evening, sometimes I look in there and they're in their humid hide hiding. They're very active, as you can see.
And they make great pets because they're not inclined to bite.
Absolutely. I've never seen any of them, babies or adults. They've never even tried to bite or anything, or musk.
So you have some babies. Can we see some baby file snakes?
Absolutely. So I have 8 available right now. Why don't we take a look at a couple? They can be flighty, but as you can see there, they can also be very calm. These are currently 4 months old. When they came out, they were a little bit smaller than this. They've grown some. They're a little flighty, but as you can see, they're pretty easy handlers.
So it's always better to get captive bred individuals over wild-caught individuals, partly for conservation, partly for health reasons. Can you tell me why that might be a problem with file snakes?
File snakes are prone to what's called lung flutes, which can be contagious to humans. So you want to take it to a vet, get a lung wash. You will probably have to do an anti-parasitic treatment as well. And we don't want to keep taking them out of the natural environment if we can breed them.
That's good to know. Now, file snakes aren't the most common animal we found as captive bred individuals, but if you want a captive bred one, go find a breeder, or I got a breeder right here, and if you want one of Adrian's file snakes, there will be contact information in the description. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and I'll see you next time on Colin's Creatures.